Is Trump actually impeached? Well, we know that Donald Trump was, technically he was impeached in the sense that the House did approve the two articles of impeachment that they were pushing for on Wednesday. But the thing is, though, is that I don't think he actually is. Here's the thing: when Congress makes a law, right? When the House passes a law, it goes to the Senate. But just because Congress votes on a law doesn't mean that it's automatically law. It has to go to the Senate. Senate says, okay, we will open this up. We will open this up to debate. If they approve it, then they take it up to a final vote. However, just because they voted yes on a specific law doesn't mean it's automatically law. So I'm thinking, applying that same logic, and I could be wrong, so you feel free to correct me, of course. But I'm thinking, if the House doesn't want to present the impeachment documents to the Senate, is Trump actually impeached? Because here's the thing: Andrew Johnson, the first president who was impeached, the successor to Lincoln after Lincoln was assassinated, he was legitimately impeached in the sense that the House actually presented those documents to the Senate. Same thing for Bill Clinton. The House presented the documents to the Senate and said, "This is proof that we have impeached the president. We want you to start a trial." And Nancy Pelosi has stated that she's going to withhold the documents because apparently she wants something given to her from the Senate. I guess they want the Senate to be impartial. But I'm thinking, if the House doesn't want to push, not really push, but if the House doesn't present those papers to the Senate, is Trump actually impeached? Is he still being marked down as an impeached president? I would argue no, because if they don't want to present this to the Senate, then Trump technically isn't impeached. Here's the thing: when the founding fathers created this whole system, there was no television, there was no cell phones, right? You didn't even if the House were to vote yes on impeachment articles, the public wouldn't know about it. The only way they would know about it is if the Senate was told, "Hey, we impeached the president. We want you to start a trial." That's when the people would find out. Now, since we have television, we know that the president apparently was impeached. Of course, they voted for the impeachment articles, but again, under the same standards, the Senate hasn't been given the documents yet. So is Trump really impeached? Well, let's find out. From Fox News, it reads: Ken Starr, Nancy Pelosi's impeachment freeze unconstitutionally wrong. And even Cenk Uygur, I think it's pronounced it, Cenk Uygur, even he criticized Nancy Pelosi for active withholding impeachment. Even calling out and saying that she it's just a way to fool her constituents, somewhere around there. Could be wrong, but again, even socialists are literally criticizing Pelosi for this, and it kind of shows you how Pelosi is probably doing like actually playing her cards wrong. But anyways, let's read the article. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Democrat from California, is constitutionally wrong in stalling the transfer of the two articles of impeachment to the Senate, former Whitewater Independent Counsel Ken Starr said Saturday. Appearing on Fox and Friends Weekend with host Ed Henry, Starr said that while an impeachment is an impeachment by any other name, Harvard legal scholar Noah Feldman, one of the Democrats' witnesses who testified in favor of impeachment, is making a really good point. Wow. Okay. So even a witness from the Democrats even says that this is not an actual impeachment yet. It's not a legitimate impeachment until they actually present it to the Senate. Wow. Good on you, Noah. So I guess that's how it works then. I guess so. Technically, as long as the Senate isn't presented with the papers, Trump is still not impeached. And you can actually say that. You can actually say, yeah, Trump isn't impeached. As of today, I'm assuming that I'm assuming they haven't presented the articles yet. But as I'm recording this video, Trump isn't impeached because the documents haven't been presented to the Senate yet. Even one of the witnesses from the Democrats, even says that as if Pelosi doesn't present this to the Senate, then he's not impeached yet. Really interesting. In a Bloomberg op-ed, Feldman cautioned that in order to officially impeach the president, okay, so yeah, we're going okay. So I guess yeah, apparently he isn't officially impeached. But anyways, continue. In order to officially impeach the president, Pelosi must send the articles of impeachment to the Republican-led Senate. He said that while she can delay sending the articles, she cannot do so for an indefinite period of time. Interesting. Interesting. So apparently Pelosi can't keep the articles and then say, let's say for example 2020, Republicans dominate the Senate. They still have the majority. She can't hold it until the next midterms and to wait until the Senate is run by Democrats. We're talking about 4 years later, right? 2 years, obviously in this 2020. Actually, no, we're talking about 3 years later. Sorry, I made a mistake. We're talking about like 2 or 3 years later. I'm pretty sure she can't hold those documents for that long. And even then, and here's the thing: what guarantees that Pelosi is going to be the Speaker of the House in 2020, right? Or not 2020, but in 2021? Who's to say that Republicans don't take over the House again? Who's to say that? So I'm pretty again. So it kind of shows you whether legally or not. Sorry, legally or not. That's not a matter here. But Pelosi is assuming that she can withhold the papers because she assumes she's still going to be the Speaker of the House, come 2020 elections. Which, again, never know. It's an impeachment with a footnote or with an asterisk, Starr said. Sorry, by the way, it never went over to the Senate, which I think means that it's a bit of a phony impeachment. I would agree. Even when a witness from the Democrats, who literally we actually pushed impeachment, even says until you bring it to the Senate, it is not official. So Trump isn't officially impeached yet. So goes to show you how Democrats are trying to fool the constituents. Like, oh, we impeached them. There you go. You happy? And then some people are saying, wait a minute, why is he still in office then? Right? People don't even know what impeachment means. You'd be surprised. In a press conference on Thursday, Pelosi sought to clarify that her side is just waiting to see what the process will be in the Senate so they can choose the trial managers who will essentially serve as prosecutors. The Democratic leader also made clear that she did not intend to name the managers until they understand the arena in the Senate. She appears to be intruding into the power of the Senate, which is ironic and extreme, isn't it? Starr said. So I think there is an abuse of House power in a way that this process unfolded in the House and riding roughshod over minority rights and ultimately the rights of the president. Now she's trying to essentially tell the Senate how to do its business. It's just wrong constitutionally, he stated. Isn't it more of a quid pro quo? I'm just curious because doesn't Pelosi want the Republicans to be unbiased in order to give them the impeachment articles? Isn't that a quid pro quo? I'm just curious. Is it? I don't know. But again, she's accusing the president. The Democrats accuse the president of overstepping his boundaries in terms of power. And then she is telling the Senate the terms for the impeachment. Last time I checked, the House has the right to start the impeachment, but only the Senate can determine the terms of the impeachment trial. So Pelosi is breaking the checks and balances here, and she has the nerve to accuse the president of him overstepping his boundaries. Yet she's doing the exact same thing here. But we all know how people like Pelosi are. Do as I say, not as I do. Beautiful quote. Beautiful quote. Starr told Henry that Pelosi holding the articles of impeachment and asking for assurances about a Senate trial is akin to asking for a quid pro quo. There you go. There you go. I just said it, and apparently this guy's saying it too. Starr is even saying it too. Not Feldman though. Apparently not Feldman, but Starr, a person that we're talking about here. Even oh my god, yeah, this is a quid pro quo though. I said it. This guy says it right, literally right before I even said it. So kind of shows you that Nancy Pelosi is overstepping her boundaries here. But are they gonna get mad? No, because it's okay when the Democrats do it. It's okay when the leftists do it. But a conservative does their job, suddenly it's a bad thing, right? And it's not only a quid pro quo. But anyways, let's keep going. Trump is doing it exactly the right way. I gather he's going to say we're going to go forward with the business in the Senate and not play games, he said. And then concludes the article. But anyway, here's the thing, okay? Trump, he's going to be impeached, probably, okay? I doubt the Democrats are not going to hold the documents forever. However, I do find it very hypocritical that Nancy Pelosi and people and leaders in the Democratic House of Representatives, of course, the Democratic leaders like Jerry Nadler, I find it ironic how they have the nerve to accuse the Republicans in the Senate that they're being partisan about this, even though every single Democrat voted for impeachment on Wednesday. Only around one or two Democrats didn't vote yes on one of the articles, at least one of the articles. I could be wrong. But when all the Democrats say yes, all the Republicans with one or two Democrats say no, it kind of shows you how this thing is just a huge partisan impeachment. And second, again, they have a lot of nerve because they want the Senate. They want to control the terms of the trial in the Senate. Last time I checked, the House doesn't have that kind of power. They can't make suggestions. Their job is, here's the articles of impeachment. Now you're going to do the trial. But they don't want to do that. They want to threaten the Senate by accusing them of being partisan, and then withhold the papers until the Senate adheres to their terms. If anything, if the Republicans, I'm going to tell you this right now, if Republicans in the Senate adhere to the demands of Pelosi, I will lose the respect for every single one, especially McConnell. I don't like McConnell, but again, in previous video I talked about this. You don't have to like someone to respect them. But if McConnell adheres to the conditions that are given by Nancy Pelosi, I'm going to lose all my respect for McConnell because this guy is the Senate Majority Leader. This guy is supposed to be the one who's going to be establishing the terms for the Senate, and he's gonna bend the knee to a person who doesn't even have the authority to tell him what to do. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. Do you guys agree that Trump isn't officially impeached until the articles are presented to the Senate? Do you think Pelosi is going to hold off the articles indefinitely, meaning she's going to hold on to them because she's until the Senate adheres to her conditions? She has the right to hold it indefinitely. Okay, and at the same time too, do you think it's very hypocritical of Democrats in the House accusing Republicans in the Senate of being extremely partisan, even though it's obvious that the Democrats were incredibly partisan during the impeachment on Wednesday? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you like this video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Bookmark the page because even though you do hit the notifications bell, you're probably not going to get notified properly. So check it out on a daily basis. And again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below in regards to the questions that I just asked you. Again, do you think it's very hypocritical of Democratic leaders in the House accusing Republicans of being incredibly partisan in the Senate, even though the Democrats in the House were incredibly partisan? Do you agree that Trump isn't officially impeached until the documents are actually presented to the Senate? And do you think Nancy Pelosi can withhold documents indefinitely, meaning for forever, pretty much, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next segment in regards to Trump actually creating the Space Force. I thought it was a joke, but I mean, he actually created it, so we'll talk about that in the next segment. I'll see you guys in a little bit.